Hello everyone, you're watching PokerNews.com and welcome back to our coverage of the EPT Season 13 stop in Barcelona. I am with the one and only Mr. Barny Boatman, multiple bracelet winner, party animal. There's a lot of things we can throw in here, but something that I didn't know about you that I just discovered is that you were in a music video in the 80s. Your brother's an actor and that you did pursue a little bit of acting in your life, and I didn't know that.
I did, but he got all the looks, and no, I did. I did extra work for a while. I was in a couple of music videos, among other things. Yeah.
But no rap music videos or anything.
Rap. Keep it. I think there was a bit of rap. I think Rapper's Delight was probably existed then, but I wasn't in that one.
So you did a little bit of acting. Now, I would say, that this clearly has obvious segues into the poker world, ways to use your acting skills. So is this something that you kind of put to test at the tables? Do you use your bluffing skills, etc.?
Well, do you know what? This is something that I've discussed with my brother Ross, who's obviously a very successful actor. And we take the view that acting is about honesty, actually, whereas poker is about deception. So it's... I can see the analogy, but it's not as close as you might think. But game playing, arguing, deception, and certainly you can spot other people when they're acting, maybe, and that is certainly all part of it. You're always trying to give over, strength when it's weakness and all the rest of it, for sure. Yeah.
Well, tell me then a little something, because yesterday I interviewed a Dutch player who was in a hand with someone else, and for me from the outside, this guy was clearly shaking, his opponent was shaking a little bit, he was trying to shuffle his chips and he messed up a little, and I thought, oh, he's bluffing for sure, this guy's freaking out, but then he totally had the nuts. Yeah. So give me some...
Well, I mean, if a shake is genuine, which usually it's hard for most people to fake that, then it's a high tension, high excitement thing, which is it's actually very commonly when someone's got the absolute nuts. In fact, that's.
I was thinking it's either really polarized or for sure, yeah, he's got it.
I think that if anything, that's more likely to mean a big hand. If anything, yeah.
See, these are the reads and tells that I don't. That's why I'm not a professional.
Yeah, when people are bluffing, they hold it together more, I think.
They know they're in for it, so they're going to keep it. Well, so have you basically retired yourself from acting and now you're full-time back on the poker swing?
Well, I didn't retire myself. But, I mean, if the call comes from Scorsese or whatever, I'm still available. But actually, Ross and I were extras in that movie Trance. There's a poker scene in that, and we're in that along with a couple of other British poker players who would be recognised in the UK. That was fun to do.
It seems like, and because I know Phil Hellmuth and Brendan Cantu just did a cameo on another TV show, I think called Billionaires or something. It does seem like sort of popular culture is becoming more interested in poker and then giving spots for poker players to maybe come in and do a little show every now and then.
Yeah, I don't know. Has it? It kind of feels like it's sort of peaked a while back. That interest in. I don't know. It's always there, isn't it? It's always been there. There's always been poker scenes in movies. But I guess I remember going to an invitational in LA, a poker invitational, where there were a lot of movie stars as well as big poker stars. And I saw, and this was a few years ago, right at the beginning of the boom, I guess. And I saw like movie stars going up to Phil Hellmuth and wanting to be photographed with him and stuff like that. I thought, like he needed that boost to his ego, you know what I mean? But I realised then something was going on.
Like, there's a lot of crossover, but Phil Hellmuth doesn't need any more names to drop, guys. Right. No more. You need to get a picture with Barny Boatman. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much. I'm Sarah Herring. You guys are with us on PokerNews.com.